Hello everybody, John12 back here again with another video. I'm here to give you my personal thoughts on Jena Malone possibly being Barbara Gordon, and of course whether or not she's going to be Batgirl or Oracle in the DC Extended Universe. Now I know I'm a little late to this topic. Originally I actually was never going to talk about it, specifically because I personally was never interested in the fact because, number one, the source was unreliable, so I couldn't believe anything they said, and on top of that, I don't know if Jena Malone is even a part of this franchise, specifically in BVS, because even though we got to see her dye her hair on Instagram, and not to mention the fact that we got to see her allegedly on set with Zack Snyder in Chicago when they were filming last year, but at the same time, there's no real evidence that shows that she's a big part in this movie, or if she's in this movie at all. So I never really had an interest in talking about it. I mean, yes, I kind of bought into the whole Carrie Kelly thing, but that's just because I'm a hardcore Frank Miller fan, and I'm a hardcore Dark Knight Returns fan, and that would be fucking awesome. I know a lot of people are like, no, Dick Grayson, no, Jason Todd. I understand that, but Carrie Kelly, come on. She's awesome. But that being said, I'm here to give you my personal thoughts on her possibly being Barbara Gordon, because apparently to Latino Review and possible other comic book fan sites, they have hinted at the fact that Jena Malone is in this movie, and she might be possibly playing Barbara Gordon. Now, seeing as how there hasn't been any major confirmation on that by the actress, Zack Snyder, or Warner Brothers, or any kind of major reliable sources, it's kind of hard to confirm or talk or debate the fact as to whether or not she's actually being Barbara Gordon in this new franchise. But at the same time, it could make a lot of sense. I mean, we do know that the Gordon family does exist in this universe. We have heard the hints that Commissioner Gordon possibly might be dead within this franchise, specifically in this universe, so it could make some sense to the fact that maybe, obviously, maybe he had kids, maybe he had a son, maybe he had a daughter, maybe that daughter was Barbara, and maybe that daughter grew up to be a part of the Bat family. We just don't know. I mean, like, granted, hell, Commissioner Gordon in the Dark Knight trilogy had kids, but they never amount to anything, so it doesn't really mean anything. But at the same time, it could make a lot of sense, because this is a new universe. This is a universe where Warner Brothers really wants to expand and wants to really make something wonderful for fans of DC Comics. And of course, if you go back to the Empire magazine interviews with Zack Snyder clearly states that Batman has been Batman for over 20 years. He's had a 20-year-long career as the crime fighter, the Dark Knight. So, was there a Robin? Possibly. Of course, based off the trailer from Comic-Con, there was a Robin, and he was brutally murdered from the Joker. Of course, you want to know my personal thoughts. Shameless plug, please check out that video. I'll probably have a card somewhere. But that being said, maybe there was also a Batgirl. Maybe there was multiple Robins. Hell, maybe there even was a Batwoman. And maybe there was a whole bunch of other things. Maybe there was a Batmite. I highly doubt that, because they haven't really introduced the magical side of the DCEU, but there's a possibility. I'm just saying, Shazam is somewhere out there, so maybe there is a Batmite. But that being said, there is a Bat family somewhere, or at least some form of Bat family within this universe. Batman's been around for a long time, longer than Superman, so maybe he had, certain characters, and maybe he had a Barbara Gordon, and maybe she was the actual Batgirl within this universe, or Batwoman, whichever you want to go with. For me personally, it's a double-edged sword, because if you get to have that character, it introduces the fact that Batman had too many characters and sidekicks, because it's one thing to have a Robin, but then when you introduce the fact that he had multiple childhood or childlike sidekicks, it kind of diminishes the character a little bit and kind of makes him more incompetent, because the Joker pretty much kills his family. So, and a lot of people don't want to really go into this universe being like, oh, you're stupid because you had this kid kind of going. That's why the Robin thing is a big problem in and of itself, unless they really go all the way with it, where it's like, oh no, he was Jason Todd and he becomes Red Hood, and that whole storyline, which, of course I talked about already. But then the Barbara Gordon kind of makes a little bit more sense, because she makes more importance, and she does more important things than a lot of Robins do, whether it be helping behind the scenes or actually going on the hunt and doing actual crime fighting, which was where the Batgirl and Oracle thing kind of go in. Now, obviously, if we've learned anything from the Killing Joke and, of course, the actual continuity pre-New 52, Batgirl Barbara Gordon is paralyzed by the Joker, and she becomes Oracle because of her incapability to walk. Which doesn't mean she can't kick ass. She still can kick ass, but she's Oracle now. She has completely given away the mantle Batgirl for future Batgirls like Stephanie Brown and characters like that. So, does that mean they could do that in this universe? It's very much possible. I mean, like, when you look at it realistically, okay, this is a Batman that's been retired for a possible death of Robin, and maybe possible other crimes that happen within his universe. I mean, granted, in the trailer itself, Batman actually, when Bruce Wayne is talking to Alfred, he says that, 20 years in Gotham, how many good people are left? So that kind of hints at the fact that there's no real heroes in Gotham anymore. Barbara is not Batgirl. Robin is dead. Dick Grayson, if he even is out there anymore, he's possibly not even Nightwing anymore, unless the rumors are true and he's actually, the dead Robin. Or even the Joker, which, is a really big rumor that doesn't make any sense. But, there's just a lot of real what-ifs and questions that go around. But at the end of the day, it's really hard to say because they could go with a lot of things. Here's my personal speculation. Number one, it's a double-edged sword with Barbara being Batgirl or Oracle. If she's Oracle, it makes a lot of sense for continuity-wise because at this point in time in Batman's career, it would make sense that she would be Oracle. But at the same time, DC and Warner Brothers, they want a universe. They want a superhero universe. And it would be kind of sad that Wonder Woman's the only female hero in the entire Justice League. So why not have a Batgirl? And why not have her join the Justice League? Why not? I mean, I'm just saying, let her do it. Why not? She's awesome and she kicks ass and she's a woman and she's a powerful woman and she's a freaking awesome hot woman and she's, part of the Bat family, which means that she can kick ass and she's super smart. So why not let her do that? So, of course, that's the personal speculation with those two characters. But at the same time, what if it's the 180 of that? What if Barbara Gordon does exist in this universe, but she never was a part of the Bat family? What if she... That's my personal fan speculation there, where it's like, what if she wasn't any of this? And what if we get to see that progress within this one movie? I mean, granted, we don't know if she's part of the movie, and on top of that, we haven't even seen any set photos or images or even footage of her actually being a part of this movie, which means to one of two things. Either A, she's not a part of this movie, or B, she has a very, very, very small, significant role. So, there's that. But what if they kind of treat her kind of similar to how the Ant-Man writers treated Wasp, where it's like a long, slow, but steady, obviously build up to her becoming the Wasp at the end of the movie. What if they kind of do that in this movie, where like she never was Batgirl, but she respects Bruce, she respects Batman because of his prior relationship with Commissioner Gordon, and it's like a slow build where she's like his assistant, she's like helping him out, she kind of serves the Carrie Kelly role within this universe, where if you read The Dark Knight Returns, Carrie Kelly wasn't brought in to be Robin by Batman. She kind of took on the persona of the mantle on her own, and she kind of joined him on his hunt. This could be the same purpose, where they kind of replace Carrie Kelly with Barbara Gordon and use Jena Malone as that catalyst, where she has this long build where she respects Batman from afar. She's a Bat fangirl, rather, if you will. And then she starts to get in close to Bruce Wayne. She wants to become she wants to become part of this Bat family. She wants to help him on his hunt against Superman or whatever. And then she takes on a mantle of a superhero at the end of the movie as Batgirl. And then she helps out with the whole fight at the third act. And maybe even she goes on to becoming someone significant in future movies, possibly Batman solo movie. And hell, maybe she'll become a Justice League member. Who the hell knows? That's my personal fan speculation. Don't take my word on it. Take it with a big grain of salt. But overall, that's just my fan speculation. So, at the end of the day, I don't know if it's not confirmed, so people don't go crazy on it. It's just a rumor. It's not confirmed that Jena Malone is in this universe, or in this movie, or even a specific, big character like Barbara Gordon. But if she is, my personal speculation is that she will more than likely be Oracle, or she will not be any kind of character of significant value, because we haven't seen anything from her, or my personal speculation, which is what I would like to see, which is she replaces the Carrie Kelly role of this universe, and she serves that role throughout the movie, where she's helping Batman, she's, giving Batman medicine, she's curing his wounds, she's helping him out, she's his assistant, she does everything, and then she fucking blows up and she becomes Batgirl at the end of the movie, kind of like how, Wasp got to do that. Hope got to do that in Ant-Man. So that's kind of like what I like to see. I don't know if they're going to do that, but at the same time, DC and Warner Brothers want to grow out this universe and they want to do a lot of things, and, Batman's a big part of that, so it could be possible. But at the end of the day, let me know what your personal thoughts are in the comment section below. What's your personal speculation? Do you believe Jena Malone is in this movie? And if she is, do you think she's going to be Barbara Gordon? And which version of Barbara Gordon do you want her to be? Do you think she'll be better served as Batgirl or Oracle? Let me know your personal speculation in the comment section below. And of course, before I end this video, I wanted to mention something real quick that just happened. Apparently, the Dark Knight Rises theater shooter was sentenced to life in prison today. Yes, James Holmes, if you remember back in the Dark Knight Rises days, of course, he was the guy who fucking, went to that theater and started shooting up people. Terrible, terrible, fucking despicable person. And today he was sentenced to life in prison. Granted, a lot of people wanted a death penalty, but I'm guessing that didn't really get to happen. But overall, that fucker's in prison for life, so fuck him. And personally, he can go fuck himself for fucking up people's lives and, personal, people who wanted to have an enjoying, entertaining theater experience. And it really makes you think about, like, how you can't really fucking have a wonderful time and entertaining, couple of hours within a theater watching awesome movies anymore. But at the same time, that's just life. That's what happens. Fuckers like this gotta fuck it all up. But at the end of the day, he's in prison, so fuck him. Let me know your personal personal thoughts and feelings towards that also in the comment section below. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh12. Subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already. Hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Josh12.